I'm back with something very, very exciting, and I know you all have been waiting for. Today, I'm doing an editing tutorial. If you don't know me, my name is Mutemwa, and I normally do lighting, editing, and everything to do with photography right here on YouTube. So guys, no further ado, let's get into the video. And as you can see right here, we are in a Lightroom, and I'm going to retouch this photo with the shortest time possible. And I need this tutorial to be easy as possible because I'm trying to focus more on the new beginners or the beginners in the photography business. So the first thing I'm going to do, I need to do some color correction in Lightroom. And I have this video I'll be using presets and actions. So if you don't know, you can DM me, I sell them, so let's go. The first thing, I'll just come here to my presets and just select this Studio 3. And you can see it transforms my image to an editable version. And I just need to increase the brightness of the image slightly because I don't want it to be so dark, so let's proceed. I'll increase the lighting. I've increased the exposure to at that 0.35. I've increased the shadows to +33, and I think it looks nice. Let me just reduce the shadows slightly, like that. Perfect. And then I'll just go ahead, proceed, and edit in Photoshop. Okay, and guys, right here, you can see we are right here in Photoshop. And before I proceed, I just need to change 2 to 3 things in my Photoshop settings. So first thing, I'll just go right here and select preferences and select performance, and I'll make sure I enable use graphics, then say okay. The reason I did that because in between my image I need to rotate it or to get the perfect details on the edges. So first thing, I need to remove blemishes. I'll just fast forward this place and then come back after the blemishes are done removing. Now guys, you can see we have removed all the blemishes from our image. The next thing I'm going to do, I need to play around with the colors slightly because I feel some colors are very prominent. Like you can see the reds right here are just too much, so I'll just go to my actions, then press reduce reds, and then I'll come right here and just reduce the opacity to something like, let's say 16 right there. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay. Then I'll just go ahead and merge all this together. Then Control J once, go back to my actions, and then select this advanced frequency separation. I'll use a radius of, let's use just the radius of 14 to retouch with it, right? Then create a black and white layer on top right here. Okay, and then I'll just start brushing from the forehead. I'll pick my mixer brush. Wetness of 10, load of 75, mix of 90, and flow of 100. And make sure it's a clean brush. I'll just do a sample to see. Make sure you select the low frequency copy. Just brush right here to see if it's working. Perfect. Just proceed with brushing. Perfect. Nice one. Okay guys, now you can see our brushing. I'll just fast forward this step and see you after I'm done brushing. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm just done with brushing. Let me show you the before and after. Here how is the image looked before we did frequency separation, and this after we have done frequency separation. If you can see, the highlights are still intact, the shadows are still at the same point. If you can see before and after, that is I didn't move any colors around or any highlights and shadows I didn't mix up. I just made sure I retouched just the small imperfection, and that's why I used a very high radius, because the image has so much texture. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll just, on the frequency separation, I'll go ahead and select lasso tool and make sure the feathering is at, let's say, 22, right? And then I'll just, let's draw on the forehead like this. And then go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Let's push this to at least as low as possible, not so much. But mostly I advise it to be double the feathering amount, but let's just use 30 right there. Then come right here like this. And the reason I only do this for edge shots, because most of the time edge shots have so much texture, so you need everything to look really, really nice. There, like that. This, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, perfect. Let's go to this file right here, like this, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, perfect. All right, let's see before and after, before, after, before, after. You can see how good the image looks. So the next thing I'm going to do, I need to do now dodge and burn. So I'll just Control Shift Alt and E to create a new merge layer. Then come right here to my actions and select dodge and burn. Right? And then on top right here, create a black and white layer on top. The reason we're creating black and white is because I need to see the shadows and the highlights perfectly. Dodging is enhancing highlights and burning is darkening the shadows or enhancing the shadows, right? So I'll create a black and white layer on top like this, and then select my normal brush tool, make sure the flow is at 1%, and just zoom in your image. And then, as we said, dodging is enhancing the highlights, so I'll just start brushing where I see the highlights. And you can see on the black and white, I reduce the yellow so that I reduce the red so that I can make sure the highlights and the shadows, the highlights are white here and the shadows are darker. So because I just removed the primary colors of our image, which are reds. So perfect, like this. And make sure the foreground color is white right here. Oh, sorry, I'm retouching on the wrong place, no problem. Make sure we are just starting with dodging, like that. Before and after. If you have a video suggestion you think we should do in our next video, please let us know. Perfect. You can see I'm just enhancing the highlights. Perfect. I'll show you the before, after, before and after, before and after. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going now to enhance the shadows. So, burn slightly. Burn. And on the brushing, just as you are doing frequency separation, don't put so much pressure and don't overdo in one area. Just the way, same way you are brushing during frequency separation, you'll do the same as you doing the dodge and burn, because you need to apply little pressure and don't overdo in one area. Before and after, before and after. I like the progress so far. Let's continue dodging. Anywhere there is a shadow, you just need to dodge like that. Okay, before and after, before, after. Okay, right. Let me put everything in a group, and let me just call this frequency separation and dodge and burn. FS and DB. Let's see This is how the image looked immediately we got it from Lightroom, and this is how the image looks after we have done dodge and burn and frequency separation. So I'll just go ahead and create a new merge layer up here like that. And then I'll just go ahead and crop this image to Instagram size. So I'll come right here and select crop and select 4:5 or 8:10 and zoom to the size I want the image, because I want it to be more of a headshot like that. Yeah, I think I like how that looks so far. Then I'll just go ahead and remove the remaining blemishes, but I want the texture to be there. I want the image to have so much texture. So most people think frequency separation is more of smoothing the image, but it's all just removing imperfection, or retouching is smoothing your image, but it's all about removing imperfections in your image and make the image look really, really nice and don't have so many blemishes, but as the original texture, just like our image looks. Just go ahead and remove the small blemishes before and after. Okay. Perfect. Before. And now after that, I feel the image is fully retouched. I need now to color grade this image, and this also part of today's video, because in my recent video, people have been asking me how I do my color grading, so you can learn a thing or two from this. So I'll just go ahead and select selective color right here, and then select reds, and then push the reds to this side, and then push the yellows on the reds to this side. Push the cyans, to -13, and push the yellows to the other side. I'll go ahead and select yellows. I'll push the cyans to this side, and then push the yellows to this side slightly. Perfect. I'll go to blacks and reduce the blacks slightly, and then yellows of the blacks slightly, like that. And then I'll come right here and run my rich tones action, right? And then after that, before and after, I'll just reduce the opacity of the rich tones slightly. Then reduce the opacity of the selective color slightly. Then come right here and select color balance right here. And then just select mid-tones and then play around with the colors right here to get the tones you want in your image, like that. And then on, like that, slightly, not so much, before and after. Let's go back to the selective color and bring back the blacks slightly. Let's not remove the blacks so much. Let me show you before and after. Before, after, before, after, before, and after. I'll just go to my actions and select light contrast, right? And then invert the layer and just pick my brush tool. Make sure the flow is at 100 and opacity 100. Just brush on the skin only. This is just to make the image pop even more. For this particular tutorial, I'm not doing how to retouch hair, because retouching hair takes so much time. So it's a video mostly for beginners if you want to learn how is the easiest way how to do frequency separation, dodge and burn, and color grading in one image as a beginner. In an image, not one image. Sorry about that. Right? Then let me just go again to selective color, and let's see if we can just reduce the yellows on yellows slightly, like this. Just get really, really nice looking skin textures. Perfect, 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 perfect. Just put everything now in a group and call this retouching. right? And then before, after, before, and after. That's the easiest way you can do frequency separation, dodge and burn, and color grading in an image with the shortest time. And then before we finish the video, I just go ahead to my actions and run eye and teeth whitening, right? And then I'll just select my brush and make sure the flow is at something like, let's say 50 or 60, any number which works with your image, and just increase there. Clean the eyes like that. And also the teeth. Like that. See? Before and after, before and after. Guys, I guess we are done. I don't think we have anything remaining. The image looks really, really nice. That's all for today's video, guys. I hope you have learned something. I'll try to upload 1 or 2 videos per every single week until you guys learn a thing or two from me. See you in the next video.